It's a great day in North Carolina and a great day in your community. The governor has asked me to recognize some of the elected officials who are here today. I want to thank them for turning out, as well as all of you. This is a tremendous show of support for downtown and Main Street development. I'm Dale Carroll with the North Carolina Department of Commerce, and I'm very pleased that we have this opportunity to be together this afternoon. You'll hear a little later from the Honorable Mel Cohen, the mayor. The sheriff was just recognized by the governor, Sheriff John McDevitt. I understand Mabel Lohman, the clerk of court, is here with us this afternoon. The Register of Deeds, Libby Cooper. And we have two city councilmen from the city of Morganton, Larry Wisenhunt and Forrest Fleming. And special recognition for former State Representative Walter Church. Thank you for coming this afternoon, sir. And Jeff Morse with the town of Valdez volunteers as an appointee on the State Environmental Management Commission, and we want to thank him for his public service as well. Ladies and gentlemen, my wife Cindy is here with me today. She came down from Asheville. We have known Governor Bev Perdue for 25 years, and during that period of time we have seen her serve in the State House, the State Senate. As you know, she was our Lieutenant Governor for 8 years, and now as Governor, she's doing a great job for all the people of North Carolina. She has an exciting announcement to make here this afternoon. It's a real privilege for someone like me to serve in the Department of Commerce in the Governor Bev Perdue administration. I'd like to recognize that some of my colleagues from the Division of Community Assistance in the Department of Commerce are here this afternoon and have worked especially hard with your local leaders on this program that's going to be acknowledged today. So on a warm day, let me end this brief introduction of the governor by saying, would you please join me in a warm welcome for the Honorable Beverly Eves Perdue, Governor of North Carolina.
Good afternoon. I have had fun all day messing up people's microphones. I do love it. So thank you all for gathering together on this beautiful day. I promised the Lord last winter, maybe the 5th or 6th time it had snowed, and I'd been out trudging through the snow. I said, dear God, if the summer's hot and bright, I will not complain one time. So I want all of you northerners up here to not complain about the sun shining. It's a beautiful day in Morganton, and I am delighted to be here. I'm also delighted to be here with Tony Smith. Where are you, Tony? Is he here? Tony's here. Tony is the president of the State Employees Association, and one of the reasons that I wanted to be in Morganton was because, quite frankly, as the governor of the state, I feel like that I have a bit of vested interest in this town because we have so many terrific state employees that call Morganton and this county home. And so, Tony, you pass that word, and we thank you for what you do at the prison, at Broughton, and at the School for the Deaf, and we're going to save the School for the Deaf. You can take it to the bank. I'm also glad to be here with all of the elected. I won't call out the names again, but the sheriff, anytime he's where I am, I know that if I sneak out of town quickly, I can go as fast as I want because he's not out there. He is a great friend of mine and a great friend of North Carolina as well as Burke County. Mayor, it's nice to be in your town. It's really nice. This is a really good town. We're going to walk around a little bit. I understand from Julie Sitton. Y'all all know Julie, who works for me in the Western Governor's office. She works for all of us. She belongs to the people of North Carolina. Julie tells me a lot about how hard you're working to fill up these empty storefronts. And I want you to know from somebody who has experienced it herself that once you all come together like you've come together as a community, you're going to fill up those empty storefronts. In 1975, I moved to New Bern. New Bern at that time, I have to be very honest, was a very rural, southern town. Agriculture was the heartbeat of our community, just like textiles and furniture used to be the sole economy of this community. And in the 70s, we lived along two gorgeous waters. We had the first governor's residence for the state of North Carolina in New Bern, but none of us realized what we had. None of us realized that if we could rekindle the economy of our downtown street, Main Street, then New Bern could change, and we could have a lot of jobs and a lot of successes. And we did just what you're doing here, Mayor, in Morganton in the 80s. We went to Raleigh, and that was a 2.5-hour drive back then. We didn't know anybody, Walter. We were just poor country people going to Raleigh and saying, could you help us? Dale Carroll wasn't there then, so we talked to somebody who had his job. If Dale had been there, we would have all been better off probably, but I talked to this man. We didn't know him, and we said we'd like to submit a Main Street grant. And we worked hard on it. We'd never written big grants before, and we didn't really know what we were doing. And we put down our vision, just as you put down your vision for what you're going to do in Morganton along these streets. And in 2010, because of the initial work of people just like you, and because of 20 years of businesses, small businesses, mom and pop businesses, like the Pain Relief Footwear or the Grinder, or I can't see the last half of the name, the Grind what? Cafe. The Grind Cafe. I wish I'd had lunch there. Nobody invited me. I would have paid for my own. But because of people just like you and doing what you're doing along this main street, New Bern, North Carolina is a hubbub of activity. I would bet if you were there this afternoon, you could find 1,000 tourists walking around literally. You will see yachts that make you think that you're in Rhode Island or Miami. You will see stores and restaurants. You'll even see a few bars. I know you all don't do that in the mountains, but in the coast, it's summertime, and summertime's calling us. And so it's a great thing that you're about to do here. And I read your grants. I read the synopsis of all of them, and we've already done one announcement this morning because these Main Street announcements are big news in a state that has a high unemployment rate, and in an area like Morganton that's just seeking to find out what you can do with your economy other than rely 100% on state employees in the state of North Carolina. And so it's with great pleasure that I join Dale Carroll and the mayor here and all of you leaders, elected and civic leaders, to tell you, you already know what you're getting, and the check's not in the mail. We've changed the law. We can't even do that anymore. I can't give you a check. But you have a check that's coming very quickly, $270,000, for you to really begin this Main Street second-tier initiative. I'm real proud of you.